Hello everybody, I have an altered embroidery hoop to share with you. It's been done for quite some time, I just haven't gotten around to doing a voiceover. But here is a look at the embroidery hoop, and I'm using the Santorini collection, super gorgeous. I'm starting off by adding a couple coats of gesso to the hoop, that way it's white. I didn't really want the wood color for this project, and then that way if I end up adding any sprays or paints or anything, then it's nice and prepped and ready for it. So like I said, I do add probably 3 coats of the heavy gesso from Prima. Any gesso will work. If you like the wood color for your particular project, I would suggest using clear gesso, just so that it's nice and prepped and ready for any sprays or paints or anything that you want to add later on. So I set the embroidery hoop aside to dry, and what I did was, before I added the gesso, actually I had traced out the embroidery hoop on 2 of the pattern papers, and what I'm wanting to do is kind of split the blue and white striped paper in half, and then have the floral in the center of the paper. In the end, my idea didn't go as I had envisioned, but it turned out better than I had thought it would, and I love when that happens. So I tore the circle in half, and then one side I tore at an angle and then basically cut out or shortened the circle about 2 inches in the center on both sides, so that way the floral can peek through. You'll see here what I'm trying to explain. And I do have just some white cardstock to place the paper down, and I'm using some scrapbook.com adhesive. This is a huge roll. I'm not exactly sure how many feet are in it, but it is 6 inches wide, and I have been using it up like crazy. So really great adhesive to use. So as you can see here, it's coming together. So I place the floral first, and then on top of that I'm placing the striped papers, and then I'm just going to trim off any of the excess that I had, because I didn't line it up as well as I was hoping, and I left more floral in the center, so that's why I had to cut off some of the edges. Alright, so I curl up some of the edges in the center of the lined paper, and then now I'm going to add a coat of clear gesso. That way, like I said in the beginning, it's prepped and ready, and I wasn't exactly sure if I was going to add a ton of sprays or what I was really wanting to do with this project. I just knew that I love these papers, and I haven't altered embroidery hoop in a long time, so I felt it was time. All right, so as you guys know, it's summer, and Abby, comes in and out, and she wanted me to have a tea party, so that's all of my Shopkins tea party goodies. She wanted me to show you guys. All right, so now I'm adding, this is some white crackle paste, and I add it fairly thick in a lot of the areas because I really wanted some nice cracks, and then thinner in other areas so I get littler cracks. I can't remember whose project it was that I saw some big rope wrapped around. If I remember, I'll try to link it in the upper, in a card or something, the project, but this isn't my original idea. I just want to put that out there to add this rope to my project, to my layout here. So just want to make sure that I am not getting credit for that, because it's definitely not my idea. All right, so I'm just wrapping it around and kind of placing it where I want, and then I will end up adding some gesso to it so that it's white. Like I said, I don't really want the brown color. Alright, so I am just placing my photo. This is a photo that I think it was a few months back in May. We had gone to San Diego. We went to the beach, and I forced my kids, tried to get them to look at the camera, but they were just playing around. They wanted to be in the water, so that's the photo I got. And sometimes in hindsight, like now looking at the photo, I love it more than more posed pictures, more like lifestyle pictures sometimes. I always try to strive to get the perfect photo, but it never happens like at the moment. And then when I'm looking through the photos later on, like a couple months later, or even a couple weeks later, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. Or like they're just smile, they're laughing, they're playing, and those are more of the memories that I like. But sometimes I forget that when I'm taking photos, so I try to force them to, you know, take a million photos to get that perfect one. But anyway, so I added that to some pattern paper and kind of roughed up the edges a little bit. And now I'm adding some Prima flowers. These are so gorgeous. I think I got 6 packs. I ended up purchasing 6 packs. So I definitely will be using these in, you know, in the upcoming projects. I haven't been using that many flowers lately, so I need to get back to doing more layouts and mixed media projects where I can use up all of the flowers that I get. All right, so I did pop up the photo with some foam. I don't know if I said that already. And then this is a chipboard piece from the collection. I added a couple of those, and I did add some cheesecloth under there, and then some of the upholstery thread just to give more texture and interest to the project. And I add like some dry brushing of the gesso on the flowers just to tie everything together and make everything flow really nicely. And in the centers of the flowers, there is like a yellow stamen. I don't really care for that much, so I just kind of cover that up as well. All right, so I did have the flowers down at first. Then I came across this ephemera piece. It's like an anchor with some flowers on it, and I thought it was really, really pretty. So I tore the flowers up and added that underneath the flowers so it kind of peeks through. And I thought it was perfect because I did add the rope to the project. And now I'm just kind of trying to get them to adhere down to the project. And I like Fabri-Tac because it's easy to kind of change my mind and change things up if I want to. All right, so now I'm adding splatters. You guys all know I love white splatters, so I'm using the Distress Spray in Picket Fence. Love this stuff. I'm probably about halfway through the bottle, and you guys know how much I use it. I use it basically on almost all of my projects, so it lasts quite a long time if you're just using it for splatters. Now I'm adding some 3D matte gel, and my idea was to add the 3D matte gel and sprinkle on some of the art stones and mini art stones where I want more texture. I feel like they're really nice touch for like this beachy type of project and layout. So that's what I'm doing here, and they did get everywhere. I honestly still haven't found the perfect way to add these to my projects. I feel when I mix the 3D matte gel in with the art stones, it takes away a lot of that texture, because even though the matte gel dries clear, it's still, I don't know, it just isn't the look that I want. But this is the look that I want, but it's just really messy. So I'm adding the mini art stones to kind of get in those all of those little nooks and crannies, and that is going to be it. I kind of flip it around and, you know, just add them here and there and then let it dry, and that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's another look at the project. All of the links and all of the supplies will be listed down below. I'll probably just link the Santorini collection as a whole, but everything will be listed down below, all of the other random stuff that I've used. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment down below, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.